It's definitely a lot of emotions, man. Definitely happy to be back with the my old team. A lot of familiar faces around here. Used to a system, so definitely, glad to be here.
Did you miss us?
I did. I miss all y'all.
Yeah.
All y'all.
Mecole, when were you informed of the trade, and just what were your first thoughts?
Well, I seen it on the online, like there was store options, I guess, and then after that, I kind of got my agents, and they said, yeah, it's some talk that they could possibly trade you, and then after that, that's when we just started, just kind of just waiting for the inevitable, for real, just seeing what's gonna happen, and I guess they kind of kept it low key about the teams who was very interested. I still don't know who all was in that mix, but once I heard it was KC, was kind of happy to go back somewhere I was used to and where I've been most of my career. So.
Mecole, I know you just got here, but have you gotten into the playbook at all to see how different it is from what you left?
Pretty much the same, honestly. Maybe new wrinkles, probably a couple different terminology, formation wise. But other than that, I think it's kind of much the same. Probably I definitely gotta go through it a few times just to, memorize it again. But it shouldn't take too long.
So could you be ready to play on Sunday?
If I'm needed, I don't think we really got into that much of a discussion about it. It's been talked about, but I kind of just more up to Coach Reid and Veach to see how they want to do things.
What did Andy and Matt Nagy and those guys tell you about your role? Like it's been?
I guess. I don't know. They just when I got here, they just happened to be back. Obviously they still been preparing for a game this whole week, so. I really ain't trying to be too much of a distraction, but I'm pretty sure we'll talk about that a little bit more after this practice and kind of just nail that down and see exactly what they need me for.
I know you've had your own thing going on in New York, but did you follow at all what was going on here?
I did, yeah, definitely. Was watching and definitely the games I could watch if they played before us or after us. It's kind of be more of a habit because you've been here so long. We definitely want to see what your older teammates doing and see how they're doing.
Well, what do you hope to show out of your back here?
Man, just hopefully I can get into a role where I can help out the team any way I can. Honestly, really ain't too much. I'm not trying to do. Whatever they need me at, whether it's returns, whether it's go out a receiver. If they need me to go on kickoff, let me know. I'm just trying to hear the help best way I can.
Any idea why things didn't work out or didn't click when you were in New York?
I don't know, man. Aaron kind of went down, and then from there, it kind of was just everybody was in the air with a lot of things. But honestly, I really don't know. But I guess that's just behind us now. I got a lot of respect for those coaches and the coaching staff, and I don't think they did anything wrong. But things just didn't work out. They supposed to work out, but now I'm here, so. Hopefully we can just, go forward from here.
You're comfortable here because this is where you were drafted, right? When you made the choice, you had to leave. Was there an offer here? What was the choice like to go to New York in the first place? Take us through that offseason.
So my free agency?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was a few teams actually. I think the Browns was one. I think there was a heavy contender, and a few. I really can't think who exactly it was, but it was maybe 5 or 6 teams that was definitely in and out trying to see exactly where where I wanted to go. Basically, more so what was a better deal, and I kind of liked the Jets organization and what they were doing. They had a great defense at the time, and then they had with Garrett Wilson over there. I wanted to have a chance to play alongside him. So it was a lot of things went into consideration, but ultimately I think the Aaron Rodgers news kind of started going up and everything, but I kind of based my decision on him not being there because we didn't know if he was going to retire or not. So I'm very comfortable with my decision with him not even being there. But it was a long process. Definitely was trying to come back here, but the way things was working, it was just it was kind of hard, and didn't really want to just wait it out too long. And other teams sign other players, so they can do what I do and stuff like that. So kind of try to get on a decision a little quick. So.
Mecole, I think it was the other day in some commentary about just the injuries being connected to you and how you maybe have some frustrations about being connected to injury prone. What do you feel in that regard over these past couple of years, and what do you want people to know just about?
Yeah, how am I injury prone? I don't understand. First of all, I played 3 years every game, so that right there tells you right there, like, oh, the guy's not injury prone, you know. And I got to my 4th year and got into a freak injury, and that people don't even have no idea about, which, you know, left me hospitalized actually the next day. And people really don't understand. Like, I was in the hospital for 10 days. I had literally had no feelings in my leg for 4 days, 4 or 5 days. I couldn't walk for like 4 or 5 days. Then finally got the feeling back in my legs probably like the 6th day, and you know I walked the next 2 days, couple of days, and finally got discharged from the hospital, and then you know went on the road to recovery. Also to get back to playing the AFC Championship game, which I was freaking like 65-70%, and end up tearing my groin on that play, the last play I played, which was a blessing in disguise for me, honestly, so I can really have surgery and repair everything, you know. So people saying injury prone, I'll be like, man, listen. I've played every game, never had a problem with injury. Of course, it's in this league, you're gonna have knick-knack injuries, but never nothing that really kept me out or I couldn't play through. But that one just so happened to be something I had to actually have surgery and be in the hospital for there where I couldn't come back to play.
Mecole, how are you different than when you left here? You know, sometimes when you step outside an organization, you see a different way of doing things. And is there something that maybe you've learned by being away that you're bringing back, or are you faster than you were before? I mean, how are you different coming back?
I think more mature actually, mentally, going to a different organization for something that you're used to, that you've been used to for 4 years, kind of just show you the difference in certain situations that you've been in and how to approach and do certain things. So I think just mentally, the maturity, I think I've grown that. Definitely learned a lot from Aaron, to be a better receiver and seeing things different ways. So that's a guy right there that has a lot of experience, 19 years I believe he's been in the league. So just learning from him and seeing how he go about things and how serious he is in certain things kind of teaches you how to be a better pro as well. So I think I could kind of learn that being over there.
Mecole, I think the team last year described it as an abdominal injury. What actually led to being the issue of you going to the hospital? Was it a core muscle injury?
Honestly, I don't know, man. The next day, I finished the game fine. I guess it was against the Titans. I finished the game fine. Mm-hmm. The next day, I was perfectly fine, and then probably around like 2:30 p.m., 3 o'clock that day, I caught a cramp, like middle cramp, like in my stomach, and didn't really think that much of it. But every hour, it got worse and worse. Mm-hmm. To the point where I couldn't walk. And that's kind of where it led me to being in the emergency room. And when I got to the emergency room, I took my last steps for like 5 days. So the bed that I got in at the emergency room was the bed I was in for 10 days. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of one of those injuries that was like, that we didn't really shed much light on too in last year. It wasn't really need to, but now that we're here, like it's kind of one of those injuries that's like, it makes you think about a lot of things. So I'm just happy to actually be here and healthy and able to do the things that I normally was able to do.
Sam?
Were you at the facility when you go to the ER? I mean, can you kind of take us through where you were?
I was at home. Like I said, it was after the game on Monday. It was a Monday, we off on Mondays, and literally my folks just had left. It was just me and my girl. I think my cousin was here as well. I think he was leaving a little later, and literally my girl was going to get some food. I was playing the game. Felt some discomfort, got a cramp. I went to lay down, got up, and literally every hour it got worse and worse. And I called Rick and told him, I said, hey man, something ain't right. I'm hurting. He said, if it get worse, call me back. I called him back like 5 minutes later. It was in tears, like, hey, I can't do this. And he was like, okay. And that's when I got to the ER from my house, and my girl dropped me off. And after that, it was, it started from there.
So, I got a football question, but what they call that? What was the diagnosis?
They said ischitis pubis was with the diagnosis, but I had a few specialists that came out, and each of them had different opinions. It was like, I don't think it's that. It was like, well, it could be, but the way you showing this, and I tell you what, I got a lot of blood taken for real. Like I'm talking about tubes. I'm like, bro, what are y'all gonna do with this? But overall, I think they diagnosed it with ischitis pubis.
Not having feeling in your legs. How scary was that?
Oh, scary as hell. Like not being able to move your legs is like one of those things that make you just think like, is this it? Like whatever. But then finally, obviously, the feeling came back, and the doctor was very particular it'll come back, just give it time. So that kind of gave me a little hope. But I know like the 10 days I was there, I think I slept maybe like 8 hours, 10 hours max. Like I was just so much pain, man, that like I just remember like I think I could get medicine every 2 hours. So I would literally like get medicine and go to sleep for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and now I look at the clock and just watch it go for like the next hour and 40 minutes, and like as soon as 2 hours hit, I'm like, hey, I need some medicine. So definitely when those low points in my life, but definitely got through it, and glad to be here. So.
Last
So
one, Tom.
the football part of it, like the frustration would be, this was like contract year time, right? And you were playing well up to when you got hurt.
Playing great.
I mean, what was that frustration like to have that going on and knowing that this was maybe your chance to cash it?
Yeah, man. I think that kind of hit me hard as well. Just knowing it was the last year contract year, especially the first year Tyreek wasn't here. I thought it was a chance I really can step into a role to really help this team. So yeah, when that happened, that definitely was one of the first thoughts. Like, dang, like man, that was really my chance. But honestly, I kind of look at it as one of those like things happen for a reason. I think I kind of got more like arrogant inside in a sense, but kind of like one of them things. I think God just kind of like just send me down and let me know like I can take this game away from you anytime. So kind of one of those things that you gotta sit back and look at things that you've done and just kind of figure out what you was doing wrong or whatever it may be. Even though I was playing well, I think God still got this last say so on anything that you do. I think that's kind of what kind of like hit me hard, and kind of got closer with him on that side, and just kind of lean towards that, and like let's start just play this game for you rather than for myself, and what comes with it. So now it's more so like, man, whatever happens, but I'm just playing this game because I can, because he allowed me to play it, and whatever comes along with it comes along with it.
Good.
We're glad you're back.
Thank you.